Hi guys, I am here to do a mini kit Monday layout share for the end of the month of January 2019. This is my very first layout and I do have a process video on it if you want to check it out. Don't forget to check out the other ladies participating in mini kit Monday: Becky, Tracy, Dolly, Kathy, Jojo, and Leslie. And this was using Vicky Booten stuff and also some Dear Lizzie papers. Now, next time I will remember, or next month I'll remember to keep the stuff that I had pulled to use and then tell you how much of it I ended up using, because I forgot to do it for for these layouts. So I ended up pulling out a black cardstock for the backing of this, and it's kind of cute. I like that I used the square letters. Those I hadn't pulled out. That was an afterthought. Yeah, I even managed to use some of these asterisks from there's another one over here, from the actual thicker set. So that's the first one. The second one is this one. I had a lot of fun doing this one. This was a Heidi swap from a paper pad. It's the Believe or Joy. I think it's Believe. So anyway, I also used some crepe paper stickers. I think these are K & Company. And then these are October Afternoon chipboard letters. They came like raw chipboard and I painted them green. And then I also used stickles because I saw a video from Becky Bidding where she had used stickles, and it just reminded me to try and do that because these needed a little bit more of a pop. Even now, they're easier to see. That's more like what they look like in person, because if I bring it down here, it just doesn't seem like they have a lot of shine. That's that one, and I do like the clusters, and it was fairly simple, and I had a lot of fun doing this. And I also ended up using Tim Holtz Phrases, the small talk. So there's a process video for this one as well. This next layout was a 2-page double spread, and it was really simple, but I did some Copic coloring and I did some punching with my big scallop punch. I did use some glitter tape and I pulled out some die cuts, and I used up some stickers that I'm trying to use up from the Photo Freedom, like volume 1. And then this sticker sheet strip came from a sticker book. This came from my die cuts from Die Cuts with a View. And this is using Amy Tangerine paper and also some Hobby Lobby paper. And then I used some Simple Stories numbers. So that's using that. And there is also a process video for this one. The last one I have is this one. There's also a process video for this one. I had to think about that. And I am using some Echo Park paper, Dino Friends I believe it's called. That was a lot of fun too. The only thing that I didn't mention or show on video is that I did use some Studio Calico spray mist to do the splatters around or across this way, so that it did tie in kind of the messiness of it together. But I really enjoyed doing this one. Red glitter tape, most of the stickers and elements except for this chipboard and this book belongs to was from Martha Stewart, and this chipboard frame came from Maggie Holmes' open book collection. This is from a Project Life flare. This is the only thing extra, and the enamel dots that I hadn't pulled out for this page specifically, and these letters. But everything else I had already pulled for the layout. And I have actually for this one what I pulled out and what I didn't end up using. These two and the other flare were kind of an afterthought. So had the intention of using 3, but I only used 1. So it's 1 more that's out of my stash. So I didn't end up using any of these die cuts. I did end up using a lot of these thickers, and I think once I saw that they were starting to go stale, I decided on a longer title. And the reason why I didn't make the whole title in that red glitter was because I did want to use this big colorful sticker here, cardstock sticker that came in the sticker sheet set of this mini kit. And so yeah, but these are starting to go, like they're starting to stick onto the thing, which really isn't a problem, but it might cause some stretching. So I'm going to try and use these again really soon. I did end up using about that much. So that's what's left of this paper. I ended up using 1 whole sheet, and then I used a 4x6 cut apart from this one. And I think the one that won out this time was the sticker sheet set. I ended up using 11.5 stickers. I'm not going to count the rest of them out, but that's plenty for the kit, I guess. So this is going to go back into that Dino Friends collection kit. And this is designed by Alicia Gordon. My sons like dinosaurs, and so I'm going to have more pages to do with them. So this is all going to go back into that kit. So as far as the things that I didn't use, 1 more page. This is the page that I made, and this one isn't for mini kit Monday, although technically it was because I did pull this kit for these. That's what I'm trying to say. I made page kits, and so this was one of the page kits that I made, and I will share the ones that I didn't have a chance to make. But this is going to be Crafty Date with Maggie and Daisy, focused on stencils, and so you'll see the process video before this one comes out. So I really enjoyed this process. This took me like 2 hours to make, but this is what ended up, what I have remnants of. Of course, this came in the Scraptastic February kit, and it had these stickers, and it had this flare. And then as I'm finishing the kits, I've been accumulating all the things that I haven't used in previous kits, if they're die cuts and stuff. I can't remember if I finished like all the paper in the other kits, but I'm thinking that's what happened. So anyway, those have been in accumulation. And then I pulled out some stuff too from Life in Color. That's the stuff that I have here. I had planned on using frames, and those didn't end up getting used, but I did use some of the die cuts that I had pulled for this kit. And then another thing that I didn't expect on using was ribbon, and that's the one that I use. I only used like an inch or 2 inches of it, and some baker's twine, but those are things that I had pulled after the fact. So this was part of the kit. I also pulled out some pocket cards. These did not come in this kit, but I pulled them and I put them in here because I don't know if this is Simple Stories or if it's Pebbles, but to me the colors go perfectly, and so I have them in here. I did end up using parts. I did use part of it here, and then I used another 3x4, which I ended up punching hearts out of, and I ended up not using 2, so those will get put back into this kit. I did use one whole page, and it was that polka dot. Oh, the back. I didn't realize until I had finished or glued the page, but this is an XO wood grain, and I regret that I didn't double check the back, because if not, I probably wouldn't have used it. I did use a tag from the little kit, the little elements that they put in the kit. I did end up, this was brand new, so all these blank spots are word stickers that I used. I did end up using one acrylic heart for that page, and then these were already started off. These had already started off as scraps in the kit. I just left them in there. So I'm about 3/4 of the way done with this paper. That's the other side of that paper. And then just about, I'd say about 3/4 also. So I have those scraps of paper to finish with this Scraptastic kit, and then I have one more cardstock. I ended up using a pattern paper and a cardstock paper together. So I have one more, and then I have 2 pattern papers, which I really love this side. That's okay, but I really love this one. I think it's the wood grain. And then this pattern paper, it's double-sided, and then I have, oh, that is from We're Memory Keepers, and this is the Love Notes, and then this one from Kiss Kiss from Crate Paper has the arrows and a stripe, which I really love this. So I might try to push this into my February kit. As a matter of fact, I think this is gonna be the base for it, so I can finish up this paper, and that's gonna be the basis for my kit. So sneak peek, the sneak for next month's paper. So the last thing I wanted to share was the stuff that I have used this month. And the reason why I do this, actually, these I didn't use this month. I do not really reach for stamps or stencils or manual die cut stuff, but I buy them. And recently at Tuesday Morning, I found this set. I found the clearance ones over at Hobby Lobby last year, not this year. I find some Tuesday Morning finds, more Tuesday Morning finds, and I can justify stamps at this price, at $2.99, at $2.99, at $4.99 even. This one comes with a stencil itself. I'm looking for the die. Oh my goodness. But I'm looking for it, but I can't buy it, so I guess I shouldn't look for it, right? And tools. So anyway, so yada yada, right? We have all the stuff, even the sticker books. Those get lost. So I put these in that little box, and it's just, I found this at I might decorate it. That might be some way to use some paper, but I found it at Sam's. It works perfect. It's right next to my Totally Tiffany organizer. Can I show you guys? My tripod is on its last leg, guys, and I'm sorry for the weird angle, but that's my Totally Tiffany organizer right there. See? And I have that box right next to it right here in my... So the box is there. The Totally Tiffany organizer is there. And this is the stuff that I had moved to the back of the box behind the sticker books so that I can kind of just keep track of what I used, but also so that I don't keep using the same tools over and over. I am trying to exercise that I have options and I don't always want to go to the same tools, to the same things. And then there are some stuff that's kind of hidden, so I pull them out to the forefront so that I can remember them. My friend Janet, and I'm going to plug her, I think I plug her in all my videos because she's just so wonderful. She's got amazing ideas, and I'm just gonna say real quick, she did a scrappy notebook. This is not mine, Janet, but I did start it because I just wanted to get the thing out there. I just really wanted to get that done. I started with scrappy notebook categories, the ones she had, and then I have project and albums that I wrote down on that too. Then I wrote down my supplies. I'm up to 106, and it's only because I want to find different things I want to look in through as far as my supplies here and there and behind me and all that. And then techniques, she talks about this in the video. I will link it to the description box below. And wish lists, and I didn't tell you about it, Janet. I had the intention of going back and writing down what my wish list was, but there it is. If anybody's interested in what I'm actually going for, I guess I'll talk about this later when I transfer all this to an actual composition notebook. So anyway, let me get to the stuff that I did use. I did end up using the Scraptastic Kit Club stencil, and I used ink through it. I did end up using these in December, so that's why I put them to the back. I know I use this tool all the time. This is like one of my most used manual die cutting ones, to the point where I think they're actually running out of the sharpness. And it's from Lifestyle Crafts, and they're 20 dies. And so these I used in December. They're just at the back of my box so that I can just be aware of what I'm using. I did end up using this envelope punch board. I did use this star die cutting set, and this is probably going to be one of my favorites because I like to use stars for my boys. I did use this once, and I ended up using just that one heart for that one. I did use all three of these stencils, so yay. I do have smaller stencils, so I am going to add those to my box, and then these will probably get put away where I usually store them. But I did end up using these sticker word sheets, so I'm going to keep it for my February kit, and I'm actually going to keep this studio sticker sheet set too, but I'm going to put this at the back of the stickers, so I'll just do that now. What I'm going to do, oh, I can't keep grabbing it like that or it's going to tear apart, and right now it's working for me. So what I'm going to do is these are going to go right here to the back. I'm probably going to keep this for February, so I'm going to pull that out later, but anything and everything that I have used is going to go to the back of the box. If there's dies or if there's stencils, I might put those away. I don't have a place for my dies per se, so those will probably end up going there, or if they can fit in some of my acrylic boxes over on that side, I'll go ahead and do that. That'll probably be something organizational that I need to take care of, but for right now, this is what's working for me, and this is going back in my drawer because I have a place for it. I might pull out another mini punch board to use with my February kit so that I am also using up tools. I did pull out these stamp sets, and I put them in this box to add to the variety, I guess. And so once I keep adding and adding, I keep finding stamps, or I keep adding them and revolving this box, this will sit on my desk permanently. I do have this craft mat to work with as my workspace, and then I have another left hand side to the desk because it's an L shape, and so I have plenty of desk space that this can sit there, and I'm not bothered by it. So that's all I wanted to say. Check out Janet's video on her Scrappy Ideas notebook. So I wanted to share the page kits that I didn't use. This is about I want to make 3 different pages, one for his album, and then one for each of my parents, my in-laws and my mom. So this is what this is, and I might just keep this out and set it here on my Totally Tiffany organizer. Then there's also this page kit that I didn't end up using, and I also want to keep it on here. It's about this photo, and I already have an idea that I want to do with this. It is using this Scraptastic Kit Club. This one is pretty themed. This is the patriotic kit that I received from Janet. I think it's missing 1 or 2 things, but these are the photos that I wanted to scrapbook with this, and I still want to keep it together. And so these are going to be 3 pages as well. That's all I wanted to include. Thank you so much.